Welcome back, little monkey fans. It's Carrie here, and today we're going way up to the Treetop Toy Box for a massive Playmobil opening. We have a total of 37 sets from the City Life and Wildlife collections, and they're all related to animals. We have 7 big play sets. Our first 2 City Life sets are from the older zoo collection, so we have item 5968, which is just the regular zoo, along with item 5969, which is our large zoo. Then we have our new sets. We have item 6634, which is our large city zoo. I can't wait to see this penguin enclosure. It looks so adorable. Item 6635, which is our children's petting zoo. It looks like so much fun. Item 6636, our zookeeper's cart, as well as our direct service item 6425. Which is our zoo care station, and direct service item 7970, which is our baby animal caretaker. And then we have 3 types of enclosures. We have item 6656, which is our City Life animal enclosure, and we have 3 of these. Direct service item 6424, which is our wildlife pond area, and we got 2 of these ones. That looks super cool. And we also have direct service 6423, which is our wildlife animal enclosure, and we have 4 of these. I can't wait to see what this looks like all put together. And we have an unbelievable amount of animals, 21 animal sets in total. We have animals ranging from flamingos to meerkats to koalas, giraffes, lions, tigers, and more. And we even have a few more from direct service. So we have some hippos and some cheetahs and even a panther. There's just so much here to show you today. Well, let's get opening. And here's our first older zoo set. It's a total of 54 pieces. Let's check out our characters first. We have a mom and child, and it looks like we have some caramel popcorn accessories or maybe even some peanuts. I love all of the bright colors on the outfits, and our mom even has an over-the-shoulder purse. And next we have our zookeeper staff. He has a zoo uniform on with some matching pants, and then he has this great bucket accessory and a pitchfork that he's using to feed some grass to the animals in the enclosure. So our animals are kept enclosed in this fantastic fence with some yellow railings on top, and all of these just snap into place and it will move around so you can make it any shape that you want it to. We have this great sign up front showing the types of animals that are in here, and it actually says Uganda, so I'm not sure if these are only animals that you could find in that location of the world. So that's pretty amazing. We have a giraffe, and the head will move up and down. Super adorable mummy and baby zebras. The baby's head will move up and down, as well as the mum's, and all of the legs on our mum will move. And here's our ostrich. I just love this one. You can see that the body will move forward and backwards, as well as the head. We have some additional hay or grass. And here's our 3 meerkats. They are so adorable. I just love them. And the platform that they're on is completely movable. So you could lift it up out of here and place it somewhere else if you want. And if we move our enclosure around, you can see that the base has an opening here that they can crawl into. And it goes completely through. That is just crazy cool. They can have their little habitat underneath. I love it. These 2 ones up front are standing. You see they have their long tails around back. And then I like this little guy back here. He's sitting down, looks like he's chillaxing under the shade of the tree. And there's our zoo. And here's our second older set, our large City Life Zoo, with 91 amazing pieces. Let's start with our characters first. So we have a mom and her daughter, and they have beautifully colorful outfits on. And then our mom has a beautiful pink over-the-shoulder strapped purse. Looks like they're super excited to see the animals today. And next we have our zoo employee. He has this fantastic wheelbarrow accessory. And inside he's got a pitchfork with some grass to feed to the animals. And the wheelbarrow has this fantastic rubber front wheel. So similar to our other zoo employee, he's got on a zoo uniform. It doesn't have the word zoo on it like the other fellows did, but it does on the back. And here's our zoo entrance structure. This would be where you could purchase tickets to get in to see all of the amazing animals here. It comes with some wonderful stickers. We have some up on our flags and then on our sides. And we even have a sticker down here that tells you how much it costs for family or individual members to come in. And so this structure is completely the same on both sides. And the great thing about it is it will bend, so you can make it straight or curved outwards or inwards. And so our first of 2 enclosures is our monkey enclosure. So similar to our other set, we've got our enclosure wall with our fencing on top, and we have our front signage. And the monkeys in this enclosure have come from Borneo. And it almost looks like we have two different kinds. We've got one up on our fence right here, and she's not as furry as our other two monkeys, but she has a super duper adorable baby monkey on her back. And so this little baby can just pop right off, and it's very rubbery, so it can actually cling to its mummy on the front or the back, or even onto the trees. Then we have a great tree with a parrot on top and a vine hanging down that our monkeys can play on. And at the base of our structure, we have this grass bed with some bananas for our monkeys to snack on. And so the two other monkeys that came are hanging in our tree. I love these monkeys because their arms and legs and heads can move, so you can position them to look like real monkeys and how they would run around in their enclosure. And all of their hands as well as their feet have the ability to hold on to the trees or to the enclosure fencing. So you can have them hanging and swinging around and having a great time. And here's our second smaller one. And I just love it. It looks like it's scratching its head like, what's going on? It is super cute. And there's our monkey enclosure. And last we have our lion enclosure, and it is cool. Look at the super tall fencing that came on their enclosure. And that's because they need to be kept very well contained. And then again, we have our front signage, which tells us that these lions are from Tanzania. And so like all of our other enclosures, we can snap this open and so we can see inside. We have our lion family. They're looking fierce. We have a tree with rock base for them to use, and they have some lunch sitting on a piece of hay, as well as this little bed that we have our baby lion on. Similar to our monkeys, all of the legs will move along with the head. For our mom lion, same as her baby, her legs will all move, and then her tail also will move, and her mouth will open and close. Rawr. I love that feature. And of course, for our big daddy lion, his legs will move as well as his tail. He's got this glorious mane on, and his mouth will open as well. Rawr. Looks like our daddy lion's letting us know that he is king of the jungle and our zoo. And there's our large zoo. And here's our Zookeeper's cart. It has 46 cool pieces. So if we spin it around, you can see we have a zoo emblem on the front, some tiger striping on each side. Let's pop out our Zookeeper. He has on this awesome zoo outfit with a vest, matching green pants, and keys so he can get into all the different places around the zoo. Let's check out this cart. It has these wonderful rubber wheels on the bottom and rolls very, very nicely. So our zoo cart has space for 2 characters, and we even have a cup holder inside. Around back, we have this fantastic carrier back here. So we have a bunch of different spots on each side to snap in some of the tools. We have a couple types of pitchforks, a rake and a broom on the other side. And around back, we have a couple more spots where we can hang things. And it looks like we have our first aid kit. So if we pop that off, we have a ton of cool accessories inside. Look at all of the amazing little bandages that we can use to take care of all of the animals. So we have 3 kinds. We have this beige type one that's a little bit harder and that can snap on. And then we have a big, really rubbery one. It's really, really squishy, along with this itty bitty baby rubber one. And it's very squishy as well. And then we have a bunch of tools to take care of them. We have some scissors, some tongs, a knife, and a needle. So the back part of our cart can actually pop right off, and inside we have 3 more cups, a bundle of grass, and another type of stick for our Zookeeper to use. And I'm not really sure what it would be used for. So if you know, please leave me a comment. And so that whole back part pops off so that you can access the battery underneath. We have our positive and negative charge, and it just pops on out. That's kind of cool. And there's our Zookeeper's cart. Beep, beep, beep. And here's our baby animal caretaker set, and it is so amazingly adorable. We have this basket with these baby leopards inside. They are so, so sweet, and they're itty bitty. We have one that looks like it's walking, and then one that's sitting up. And here's our baby giraffe. And its head will move up and down. And oh no, look, it has a bandage on its front leg. So if we slide off that bandage, you can see it has an owie under there, poor little thing. And the bandage is just a super soft and flexible plastic that you can slide on up onto our animal's legs to make sure you help them get better. Better put that bandage back on so our giraffe can get all healed up. And the last animal that came in our set is our adorable little baby gorilla. Look at him. He's carrying a little bottle that he can drink. And then he's even wearing a diaper, so he must be potty training. Just like our monkeys from our other set, the arms and legs will totally move, so you can put him into positions just like a real gorilla. And this one can even sit. For his diaper, there's an opening on this side and fully closed on the other, so you can slide it on and off. Our little gorilla. I just love that little guy. And then finally we have our baby animal caretaker. So she comes with a bucket accessory that can pop out of her hand, and she has on a fantastic outfit with vest, and her hair is tied around back. And there's our baby animal caretaker set. And here's our zoo care station, and it is amazing. We have so many remarkable accessories in the set. So this was a direct service set and it didn't come with any people, but we've got some great signage here. It's telling us how far it is to the zoo itself. We have our flag up here that says it's the clinic station for our zoo. And if we spin it around, on the back side of our sign, it tells you all of the different types of animals you can find in the zoo and a map so you can find their location. So the set comes with 4 different areas. We have our operating room here. You can see along the back wall we have an x-ray, picture of a bunch of different animals, so it probably tells a bunch of different information, and then some supplies that are showing on the sticker on the bottom. So we have this great faucet here, so you could turn that on for some fresh water for animals. We have a bunch of medical supplies, so we have scissors, a knife, some tongs, and a needle, and a couple of rigid or stiffer bandages for our animals. And then up here we have this amazing light that's over top of our examination table, and we've just put some of our other supplies up here. So we have this great container that comes with a couple of different creams and lotions. And then we have a bottle with some milk powder so they can make up some bottles for the baby animals. And there's our examination room. If we spin it to our next compartment, we've got this amazing gate. We have locks. We can pop those up and we can head on inside. We have a great big storage area for animals that are needing to come to the clinic. We have a basket full of feed, a great big chunk of meat, and some grass. You can see it's a great big space for a few animals to hang out in here while they're getting taken care of. And then we can lock it up again. On the other side of our clinic, we have 2 more spaces. We have this one set up as a storage center for all of the clinic supplies to take care of the animals. We have these great fence pieces. And inside we have a wheelbarrow full of a bunch of different types of feed for our animals. We have a bucket, a pitchfork, some more stalks of hay or grass, and a basket with some smaller pieces of hay and grass. Just what our animals need to make them feel much better. And then in our last compartment, we have this top latch. So we lift that up to open up our gate. And inside we have another great space for some animals, and we have some lettuce and cabbage feed down here waiting for animals that need some care. And the last cool accessory is a sticker page. So we have a whole bunch of different types of bandages that we can put on our animals. And it looks like we can even find a spot where we can have something that can be warmed up. We can use it like a warming tray. And there's our zoo care station. And next we have our children's petting zoo. This set has 74 super duper pieces. We have this great flag up here, and it's the same sticker on both sides. And the main structure comes with this covered piece here, and we've got a goat and a little rabbit on top. And the sign's a little bit see-through, so that's kind of neat. And then we have this enclosure part so our animals can get some shade. And then we have this fantastic fencing that goes all the way around with our front gate. And then along this side, it looks like we have a stone wall for part of our fence and our enclosure. That's pretty cool. Let's start with our characters first. So we have our zoo employee, and she has on this great bandana on her head, and she has some coveralls with the zoo emblem on the front. And we have another wheelbarrow accessory with a fantastic rubber wheel, and this one has a red structure, so I like that it's different from some of the others. And then of course she has her pitchfork that's carrying some fresh grass for the animals. We can unlatch our petting zoo gate and we can head on inside. So you can see our enclosure space is pretty big, and we have a ton of animals in here that the children can come and visit and help feed. We have our little girl here who looks like she's about to feed some of the bunnies, and we've even got a piggy here who's interested in what she's giving them. Our little girl looks adorable in her t-shirt and her hat that can come off, of course, and she's got on some brightly colored pants. So the set comes with 2 pigs. We've got this gray one here, and then we've got a different colored one back here. We've got our bunny section, and all of these enclosures can actually be moved around. So we can lift that right out and put it wherever we want. So there's a little hutch there for them to hang out in. We have a chocolate brown one and a gray one. They're super cute. We have a water container for our animals to get some fresh water, and that just snaps onto any part of our fence. We've got 2 sheep or a baby lamb here feeding on some grass. We have this great stone structure that has some of our goats on it. And again, that can be moved around wherever you want. I just love this wood beam here with some greenery around the back. We've got a goat that's climbing all over it. And of course that can be moved around as well. And then we have our next character who's a little boy, and he is bringing some feed for some of our guinea pigs. And again, we've got a little piggy here who's wanting in on some of the food. And so here's our boy character. He has a brightly colored top on with some sandals, and he has a hoodie around back. He looks like he's having a fantastic time getting a chance to feed and pet all of the animals. And then we have our woman character, and she looks like maybe a grandma. She has beautifully styled gray hair. She has this bright pink clutch purse, and I just love her top and her jeans. And then way in the back, you can see that we have one more goat along with this feeding trough that has a bunch of hay inside. And there's our children's petting zoo set. And here's the new and tremendous large city zoo. It has 175 exceptional pieces. There's so much going on at our large city zoo today. Let's start at our main entrance. And so this is the main structure for our entryway to our zoo. I love all of the stone detail and all of the see-through plastic animals that we have all along the top of our structure, along with our zoo flag. So this is what you would see from the inside of our zoo. And if we spin it around, this is what you would see coming up to the zoo. Our gate entrance around front has these little slots where you could input your ticket to get through the turnstile. So if you had a stroller or a buggy to bring in, you could open up this side, and our turnstile just rotates around. What a great feature. So just inside our main gates, we have a sitting bench. We have this fantastic board that shows us a map of the different locations within the zoo, as well as a clock on top and times beside each of the animals. So they could be feeding them or maybe doing a different show at the different times. How neat is that? And look at this beautiful peacock that we have roaming around the inside of our zoo. And I love how the back feathers are glittery and a little bit see-through. And then you can see that the head will move up and down. So you can make it look like it's having a snack. And here's our wonderful ticket booth. I like the different colored flags that go around the whole edge of it. And then a bunch of stickers all along the bottom of a whole bunch of different types of animals. And if we spin it around, there's tons of space inside for a zoo employee to work to hand out tickets and then to sell some of the other souvenir items. And inside we have a computer so that they can ring through different sales. And then we have a few different items for sale. We have 6 postcards. It's one of a whole bunch of different animals in rainbow. I love this one. It's like a monkey scratching his head and he has glasses on. That's so funny. Penguins, meerkats, another multi-rainbow with a whole bunch of different animals on it. And finally, our koala. It looks like a mama and baby. How sweet is that? And then the back side just looks like a regular postcard. And then we have a selection of toy animals. Finally, we have a container of what looks like maybe some treats or snacks for maybe some of the animals. In front of our first enclosure, we have a zoo employee, and he's carrying some type of meat for our lions. And he's carrying them in his wheelbarrow. They must be heavy. And here he is. He has on his zoo uniform with a vest and a cool hat. And he's got some great cargo pants on the bottom. And here's our lion enclosure. Similar to our other zoo set, we have our enclosure, and we have a different type fence here. It has all this rock around it, and part of the fencing is actually stone wall along the backside. Then we have this great tree that can be moved around wherever we want. And again, it looks like our lions are from Tanzania. We can open up the fencing so we can get inside and see all of the cool accessories in this enclosure. So same as our other set, we have a dad lion with a mouth that opens and closes, and the tail and legs will move along with the head. We have our mum lion, and we have our little itty bitty baby cub. And it looks like they've been hungry. They have a bunch of leftover bones from having a fantastic snack. And there's our lion family with enclosure. And here's our penguin enclosure. Looks like our penguins come from Antarctica. This is such a cute set. I absolutely love the details on this. We have our zoo character. She's wearing a fantastic zoo uniform, and it looks like a hoodie outfit. And she's got some rubber boots on the bottom. And she's carrying this bucket full of fish to feed to the penguins. And it looks like our pelican up front is trying to catch those delicious fish as well. It can just pop right off, and the legs will move, and you can see on the feet that they can attach to any type of fencing or railing. This penguin enclosure is so impressive. I love the clear glass part on the front. And we can slide that open to see right into our enclosure. We have some bumpy water on the bottom part, because all of our penguins want to go down the fantastic slide that they have in their structure. So for our adult penguins, we have one that's just standing tall, and then our other one has its neck kind of bent over like it's looking down. Two of our babies look like they're talking, and our other two are ready to go down the slide.
Woohoo! Wee! Tee! Woohoo!
And around this one side of our penguin enclosure, we have this little opening here where our gopher family can make their home. And our final few accessories are super cute ones. We have this great balloon stand, and it has 4 different types of balloons that our zoo goers can purchase. I love the penguin one. We have a lion, a plain blue one, and a plain purple one that's in a star shape. We have this itty bitty mouse that looks like he's trying to catch some crumbs on the ground. And then we have our family that came for a day at the zoo together. We have our dad with his camera accessory. I love his top. It is so brightly colored. Then we have our little girl with a white bow in her hair, and she's wearing a cool green backpack. And next we have our little boy. He has some sandals on. Look at this super cute shirt he has on. It's a zebra with some sunglasses. That is so adorable. And he has on a great red hat on top. And finally we have our mom, who's pulling the cutest accessory of all, her little baby girl. Our mom has a great purple top on with yellow shoes and some jeans, and she's pulling one of the zoo wagons that our guests can use while they're at the zoo for the day. The wagon is terrific. We have zoo signage on the front and back, and inside we have a white bag accessory that has a water bottle and a baby bottle. We have our super sweet baby girl, and she's sitting in this carrier. So we can pop her out. She has on an adorable yellow outfit, and look at her blue bonnet. I just love it. And she was sitting inside this child seat that fits inside of our wagon. And so that could just pop right out. I love that, so it can help her sit up straight while she goes for a ride around the zoo. And there's our zoo. And here's 3 amazing different types of animal enclosures or habitats. Let's take a look at our zoo animal enclosure from the City Life collection first. And so you can see that we have a bunch of different open fencing pieces with 2 rock or stone type pieces to enclose your animals. And next we have our wildlife animal enclosure. This is fantastic. I love the straw type roof on our hut. We have a door that will open and close. We have a 2-tone fence that goes all the way around, along with this fantastic tree that sits in this grass base. So all of this is attached, and if we spin it around to look inside of our hut, it's just open from behind, and you still have lots of room to play. And our last enclosure or habitat area is this wildlife pond. I love it. We have 2 types of different lily pads that came with the set. We have this super cool watery area, and it's all bumpy when you feel it. And it attaches to this greenery base. We have this beautiful tree, some cattails, and some other greenery. What a perfect spot for our hippos. Oh my goodness, we have so many animal packages to open. It's crazy how many we have. I've set up all of our additional animal enclosures. Quite a few of our animal packages actually come with babies, so that's pretty cute. Let's start up front with our great big alligator. And here's our alligator. Boy, is that super cool. I like the different green colors on it. You can see the head will move up and down. The tail doesn't move and the legs don't move, but it can stay pretty close to the ground. Look at how low it is. And then those jaws will open on up. And she came with 2 little babies. Look at how sweet those are. And there's our alligator family. And next we have our tigers. They look so awesome. So you can see that the big ones, their tails will move around. So we could have their tail up if we wanted to. Their legs move and their head moves up and down as well. But their mouths will not open and close like our lion family. So it looks like maybe we have a daddy, a mummy, and our itty bitty little baby tiger cub. And next we have our lions. And so these lions are the same as the ones that came in our 2 zoo sets. So we have our mom, our dad, and our little baby lion cub. We have our meerkats. I just love these guys. So they come with this cool base. It has a hole on the top here, and then an opening around the other side. And we have 4 meerkats. 2 standing and 2 sitting. They are just super adorable. I just love these meerkats. Well, let's move them on into the enclosure. Next, we have our zebras. So here's our zebra family. We have our little baby, a mummy, and a daddy. Our baby's head will move up and down, but the legs won't move. But for our larger 2, the legs and head will. Let's move them into their enclosure. Next, we have our alpacas. Both of these are pretty little in comparison to some of our other animals. So the head and legs will move. And for our little baby, just the head. Up next, we have our super tall giraffes. So we've got our super tall mummy giraffe, and her big long head will go all the way down to the ground so she can eat, and her legs will all move. And our baby can lower its head a little bit as well. Up next, we have our rhinos. Boy, are they heavy. Got our baby, super adorable. And our big mama. You can see that she can move her legs and her head as well. Up next, we have our chimpanzees. These are super posable. So you can see for our mummy chimpanzee, she's fully bent over, the legs will move, and the head is very flexible. It'll move all around, and it even moves up a little bit. And then you can even make them stand completely on two legs if you wanted to. And then there's our little itty bitty baby chimp, and its arms and legs will move as well. Up next, our koalas. And here they are so super duper adorable. So we have our mummy koala with our baby, and the baby just holds on to the mummy. So you can pop it off so you can have it on its own to hug its own tree, or you can just put it on so she's carrying it around. And then you can see that the inside is open so that it can actually cling to the tree accessory that it came with. And our other one is down here already hopping up on the tree. And there's our koalas. And here's our flamingos. We get 6 in total. Looks like we got 2 of each color. 2 orange, 2 white, and 2 pink. And here's all 6. So you can see that their bodies will bend. You can have them a little bit upright, really bent over, or standing super duper tall. I just love their vibrant colors. And so each of them come on this base structure so they can be super sturdy when you're playing with them. Next, we have our pandas. Oh my goodness, these are so adorable. So again, we have our mummy and daddy and our little baby. And all of the heads will move up and down, and the legs will move on the bigger ones. We have our tropical birds. And here's all 3. They're up in their tree structure. We have really bright colors on all of them. Look at the colored feet on our toucan down here. And then a blue one along this side, getting some shade under our tree branches. Up next, we have our ostriches. And here's our ostrich family. You can see again, like most of our animals, they can bend into different positions. This one has its head all the way down, so you can raise up their body and then their head as well. So this is our female, not much color on her. And then we have our boy or our daddy ostrich who has bold colors, and that's to attract the female. And they didn't come with babies, they came with eggs. So their babies haven't yet hatched. Up next, we have our okapis. And here they are. We have our mummy, our daddy, and our baby once again. So their legs and heads will move, and you can see I have this one all stretched out to show you how far down their legs will go. And next we have our orangutans. Again, they are super posable. So they can get into all different kinds of positions, and their heads move way, way up, like you can see with our daddy right here. And our little baby is scratching his head again. Next we have our gorillas. And here's our great big male maybe, because look on the back, it has a silver bit. So I think that it's a silverback gorilla, and he can stand super duper tall. And the remarkable thing about him is that his feet will actually bend as well as his hands will rotate, giving us the thumbs up. And then we have our 2 itty bitty babies. So again, very posable, and their arms can hold on to branches and they can scooch around. And next we move on to our direct service animals. First we have our hippos, and the mom is super heavy. So their legs and head will move, and you can see that their mouths will open and close as well. And look at those great big teeth in there. And same thing with our baby. You can just see that it has some little brown teeth in there that haven't yet grown fully. And here's our direct service turtle set, and it is remarkable. We have this great big turtle here. The front legs will move as well as the back legs. Look at that. And then the head moves up and down as well. And then we have 6 different babies. So we have 3 that are medium size. And look at these itty bitty baby ones. They are so, so, so cute. And I just love this one. The body, it's a bit of a shimmer green. And they come with this great structure that can be moved around wherever with a little bit of lettuce. And then we even have 3 turtle eggs that have yet to hatch. They are so adorable. Next, we have our cheetahs. So we have our mummy, our 2 itty bitty baby cheetahs, and our daddy. And you can see just like our lions and our tigers, their legs can move, and the larger ones, their tails move as well, and also their head. The mouths on these ones will not open. And then we have our 2 itty bitty babies. And here's our final animal set from Direct Service, and it's our Panther with transportation box. It is super duper cool. So it came with a bit of greenery here. We've just set it up in our wildlife enclosure. Came with this bit of meat to try and coax our Panther out of this fantastic box. And there's our Panther. So the legs will move just like our lions and cheetahs, and the tail along with the head. So we have this amazing crate. We have some greenery around each side. And then up front, we have our main door, and it comes with this string attachment. It has a hook on this end and an end for our characters to hold. So we can pull up the string to either let out our animal or to get it to go inside. I just love that. And that's our ZOO-PALOOZA, all 37 sets. Little monkey fans, do you remember how many baby penguins did we show you today?
Thanks for watching. To join all the fun up in our treetop, please subscribe to Little Monkey Media's channel. Don't forget, if you like our video, please share it and click like. We go bananas for toys!